Hi guys, so I got a new computer, but it appears that video camera is worse. It was my mom's old computer. But anyways, I guess I might just have to start using a video camera instead. So, I just saw a video, Mystery Guitar Man, video. They're doing a indoor skydiving series where they're gonna learn sit flying and belly flying. They've already got that. They're doing pretty good. I'm so really surprised actually. I'm actually at the drop zone right now, so I thought, hey, I saw a video with skydiving. Let's do a skydiving video. Okay, so I'm excited to see this because there's not a lot of videos of the process where people learn how to belly fly, sit fly, back fly, all that. And honestly, it's a lot harder than it looks. A lot of people will see the tunnel and go either, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do this, or oh, whatever. I got it. I got this. And then they end up being the dude who's like, smash, smash, smash. So, watching this video, they've already got them doing box drills, which was an exercise I didn't do until I'd been in the tunnel for a few years. Of course, I started when I was like 6, and I barely got off the net. But box drills are when you pretty much slide, and then drop, and then rise, slide, drop, slide, rise. And these box drills tend to turn into more of a drill where you're with your partner, and you go. Where you and your partner are like this. That's a more complicated box drill. In the tunnel that they're using, though, I don't think box drills or figure-8 drills or weaves or anything like that are going to be very easy for these people. I don't think they'll ever have them do this, but I'm excited to start. They're going to learn how to sit fly, and apparently they want to learn head down. Head down! And they're newbies. Oh my gosh. Newbies in a tunnel. But one good thing about being somebody who's never jumped out of a plane before is you're going to learn to be stable. If you've jumped out of a plane but never been in a tunnel, you can find yourself having to relearn everything because when you're in the sky, there's no walls. So you can hit stuff and run into things. I mean, you can go off in random directions and it won't matter. But in a tunnel, you have this space. So a lot of people who haven't skydived before, especially free flyers, because if they're learning to free fly in the tunnel like sit flying, you tend to coast forward if you sit fly because you don't have your pocket. When you sit fly, you have to have your back curved forward, and it creates a pocket right here. So if you're not used to flying in a single spot, you might coast forward. A lot of good free flyers don't do that, but a lot of people who've been doing it, and there's no frame of reference. You don't know if you're coasting, even if there's other skydivers in there. For all you know, they're coasting too. So I'm excited to see how they do. Of course, they're all adults, so I think they'll do better than a lot of teenagers. I think that I think they'll do okay when they learn to back fly, because I've seen a lot of people at birthday parties, if they do really good belly flying, a lot of times the instructors will put them on their backs for a little bit, holding on to them, of course, because, it's just a birthday party. But I'm really interested to see them when they get to sit flying, if they get past back flying, because back flying is the first thing you learn if you want to free fly. When you're on your back, it's a whole different animal. When you're belly flying, the first thing you learn about being stable is to keep your feet in place, because a lot of newbies, their feet is like this. So once you're stable in Boxman or Mantis, depending on which one you're doing, this is just my personal experience for learning, you're relatively stable and you can become a better belly flyer. Now when you're a back flyer, it's a little different because you're on your back. So I don't have anything to do this. Okay, but you're on your back, and your hands are like this, and the wind's blowing up at your back or being sucked up forward, and you have this urge to hands here. And some back flyers do fly like this. A lot of times they'll make you do this though, but a lot of times people will bring their hands in like this, like that, and it's not good form. And my instructor last year actually had me fly like with my hands blowing up in front of me, and controlling most things with my feet. But if your feet aren't in a stable position, you're not going to be very good at flying. And it's kind of like you're sitting on the floor and you have your knees bent at a right angle over a chair in front of you. Um, so that's the kind of look up sit flying and you can see the body positions. But it's very hard to keep your feet in the right place. I tend to straighten my legs, and when you straighten your legs, what happens? You kind of start tilting backwards and you start moving backwards. Um, and you have to flex your toes. A lot of times people forget, what a lot of people forget is that, so pretend this is my leg and this is my foot, right? And this is my foot when it's flexed. A lot of times people just kind of let their feet hang. If you're back flying, the trick is to keep your feet flexed. And that was what got me to be able to learn to sit fly last time. A lot. Well, I sat fly before, but I mean, no. Yeah, the first time I sat fly was last time. I've been back flying for a few years after that, but I had for before that. But my feet, the thing was, my legs were not, my position was not good. My knees kept going together, and I kept, and you had to learn to keep yourself in the air. And back flying is weird if you've been belly flying the entire time. Back flying is so weird. I don't know how to explain it. Compared to belly flying, it's uncomfortable and awkward, and your spine gets dragged across the net the first few times you're learning how to turn because they don't want you off the net until you learn how to cup the air better. And you want to have this control, and if you lose control, back flying, you can barrel roll onto your stomach, but you have to learn how to be a good back flying position to be able to do that. So it's an important basic when it comes to free flying, because also when you're sit flying, this is not a good position to lose control in. Okay? Right? You're sit flying. This is a bad position to lose control in, because you can fall on your back or you can fall forward. If you fall on your back, you have to be able to be in a good back flying position, because if you don't, you can start spinning and losing control, and it's really hard to get out of a flat. It's hard to get. My dad does AFF instructing, teaching, and he'll work with people learning how to belly fly, actually jumping out of planes. And if a student gets in a flat spin, a really good instructor has to be able to fly in there and stop them. Flat spins are sometimes really hard to stop if you're the student. It's difficult because you can't get the right position. My dad doesn't do free fly. I'm talking about a belly flying flat spin, but I'm gonna assume back flying is the same concept, especially when you got this giant rig on your back. But in the tunnel you don't have that rig, so that's an extra bit of weight that you don't have to deal with. But you have to be able to fall into a good backflying position. That's the basics. So I'm excited to see how much work their instructor puts into them learning how to backfly. But sit flying. Sit flying is what I'm extremely excited to see them learn. Because if you're not usually very serious about something, people want to learn the cool things first. And I'm excited that the way he's got the setup, separate lessons. So the separate lessons, right? Belly, back, sit, head down. And he's got 5 days set up for each. They got their belly down on the first day. I'm assuming they're going to spend some extra days on belly. But when they get to sit flying, I'm wondering how many sessions they'll have each day, or if they'll have a day-long session or something like that. How long they'll spend on the sit flying. I'm not even at head down, so I'm excited to see how far they get, if they can get to head down. Actually, I'd be a little irritated to be like, random person learn head down before me. Not fair. But anyways, I'm just excited to see the sit flying, because sit flying was something that I just learned, and it's hard. It's hard to stay stable in sit flying. honestly, the first time I saw somebody sit flying, I thought it looked very comfortable, very relaxing, a lot more comfortable than back flying or head down. Yeah, no, it's a lot of pain to learn to sit fly. You will not feel these muscles on your arm for days after. It will hurt, and you will not be happy. You will wake up with cramps, and you will not be able to turn your neck past this point without searing pain. Sit flying hurts because the air is blowing up onto your arms, and you have to keep your arms in the right place, and you have to keep your back curved the right way, and you gotta pretty much stick your butt out, stick your chest out, bend your knees, keep everything in the same position. You have to be relaxed at the same time, because if you're stiff, it's all this extra stuff. And then here comes learning to turn and learning to jump off the net. The first time I did it, I got in the position, he has me walk forward, walk backward, walk forward, walk backward. It's very hard to stay in control because the air is blowing up so much faster when you're sit flying than when you are back flying or belly flying. Because the air will, if you have a good cup, it will shove you forward. A good cup of pocket in your back, you know what I mean. So you have to be in good control. You have to make sure and that's going to be the first exercise I hope they have them do. When I sat fly, I think the biggest thing that I did is, he was having me kind of float above the net, and all of a sudden, and he motions for me to fix my cup, my pocket in my back, because I was kind of slumping forward. It's kind of an instinct to want to cup it like this, because that's how you do it when you belly fly, and I think that's why I kept going forward. But when I fixed my cup, I went, choo! And the instructor, you could see him. You could, my eyes went, but you could see the instructor. She was getting ready to fly up and help me. And the funny thing is a lot of times your instinct, if you go, choo, a lot of the stories is that you fall on your back, go into back flying to save yourself. I stayed in belly fly. I stayed in sit position, and I kind of came down shakily, and then I fell into back when I settled, which was hilarious because it's like sit fly, come down, back, like darn it. But I'm excited to see if they're gonna have them sit flying up high, because they'll have to be able to sit fly and then, you know. Ooh, I'm excited. I've seen a lot of people when they do a head fly to sit fly exercise is when you're sit fly, then you flip head down, sit fly, head down, sit fly, head down. It's such a fun exercise to watch. I'm not sure if they have enough room in the tunnel that they're doing. I can't really tell how big the tunnel is, honestly. But I'm excited to see. I hope they get good enough to do that exercise. It's a pretty big accomplishment if you haven't jumped out of an airplane or jumped before ever, indoor skydiving or otherwise, to be able to do free flying. It's a big deal. If they can get back flying, if these guys can get back flying, I will be incredibly impressed. And if they get to sit flying, I will be extremely impressed. And head down, I don't even know how I'll react, because it's to me, it's so unlikely that they're going to get it in 5 days, because that's the time that he set. And their agreement is their lessons are over if they don't get it in that period of time. It seems very unlikely to me that they'll get it, but I'm excited to see it. I kind of rambled on about it for a bit, but, it's, meh. So yeah, excited to see this Mystery Guitar Man. Check out his channel for the first part of the, oh, there goes the airplane. The first part of his indoor skydiving. He calls it flying, and it's part 1. He uploaded it only 2 days ago, I guess. It's in my other window, yes. 2 days ago. So I'm really excited to see how they do, because I think there's 3 or 4 of, I don't know how many people. Oh, it's him and a couple friends. I'm really excited to see how they progress. I will probably talk more about these videos as they come out. Most likely not as much as I did this time. But yeah, so, bye. Talk to you guys later. Hopefully I have a better camera. I have a new flagging, airplane. I have a new, flagging video I'm going to do. So, keep your eyes out for that.